Hey guys, Leylynn here, and today is another challenge video, taking place in Generation 2 remakes of SoulSilver. If by chance you missed the last video that I attempted a solo run with Lucario, there should be a card in the top right corner for you. Go ahead and check it out. Beyond that, today's challenge is going to focus around bug Pokemon. The type of Pokemon that most players shrug off, claiming them to be too weak. And I'll admit, I thought this myself. A lot of them evolve early on in your playthrough, giving you the thought that they're pretty strong. When in reality, most of the bug types that you get early on have terrible base stats that eventually get surpassed by most other Pokemon when they evolve. There's of course some good bug Pokemon, but you typically don't see them until much later in your playthroughs. So today, I'm going to be doing a mono bug type hardcore Nuzlocke run. The rule set that I'll be using during this run is as follows. I can only catch one bug Pokemon per route. If a bug Pokemon faints, it's considered dead and I can no longer use it. I can only use bug-type Pokemon. This is important to stay true to the run, however, I am also allowed other Pokemon that can use HM moves, or else I'm never going to be able to progress without Surf. I can't overlevel past the next gym leader, and no using items during battle, with the only exception, of course, withheld items. And last, of course, battles must be put on set. Alright, before we get started with the run, if you are enjoying these kind of challenge videos, be sure to let me know by smashing that like button. Leave a comment on what challenge run you'd like to see next. And of course, subscribe to the channel. All of this helps to push the content out so others can see, and I greatly appreciate the support, you guys. With all that being said, I do hope you guys enjoy my mono bug type hardcore Nuzlocke run. Chapter 1. The journey begins. So I started my journey like always, in my room. Heading outside after collecting all my things, Ethan's Meryl runs into me. I kinda shrug it off, cause we gotta get our bug starter from Professor Elm. So with this game, I made all 3 starters a random bug Pokemon that is available within the game, at its base evolution. My choices were Scyther, Ladybah, and Skorupi. Scyther is honestly pretty good in of itself from the get-go. Ladybah, unfortunately, it isn't really great, but it does get access to a lot of good supportive moves. And Skorupi, one that can eventually become a pretty powerful Pokemon. Yeah, of course, I picked Skorupi, since I can easily catch Scyther later in the game. So with that, I head towards Mr. Pokemon's house on Route 30 to retrieve the mystery egg. I get my running shoes as well, and to be honest, since I can speed up the game, I'm probably never going to be using the bike, cause honestly, it's kinda too hard to control the game running or just walking alone. After obtaining the mystery egg and receiving the Pokedex from Professor Oak, I leave and get a call from Professor Elm because a thief stole one of the other starter Pokemon.
Oh no!
So I gotta head on back, which of course we do encounter the thief. And honestly, it's here where I realize that I made this already difficult challenge even more challenging. Oh, lovely. Oh, perfect. He's gonna have the super effective thing against our Pokemon. Amazing. Because Skorupi was apparently in Chikorita's place, and this is all the way back when your rival would choose the super effective starter against yours. So I've got to deal with a Pokemon that's super effective against all my bug Pokemon, and the ones that I'm going to be getting in the future. The good thing though is that this Cyndaquil does not have access to Ember yet. However, my Skorupi does indeed have Bite, which means I am more than capable of dealing with this first rival fight. I do manage to reach Professor Elm and give my rival the nickname Dick. Because this is one that still is, kind of a dick. And just for your guys' sake, I'm going to be skipping the tutorial for catching Pokemon. I mean, come on. I'm sure most of you have been playing the games long enough. We all know how to do it. My hardcore Nuzlocke run truly begins after receiving balls. So, with this challenge, I am limited to only bug types. And the only next encounter available to me is on Route 30, for Weedle, Ladybah, or Kakuna. After that, I will get whatever one I don't get on 31. After that, I unfortunately won't see another encounter until I reach the Ilex Forest. So I've got to get past not only 2 gyms, but my rival fight as well, with just 3 bug Pokemon. This is gonna be kinda tough. So on Route 30, I managed to catch Ladybah. Okay, there we go. That's not what I wanted though. It's fine. It's fine. And on Route 31, I catch a Weedle. Alright, cool. There's our Weedle. Finally. After getting Weedle, I level it up so it can fully evolve into a Beedrill. Currently at the moment, both Scroopy and Beedrill are probably my best Pokemon. Upon entering Violet City, I forget that I have to go through Sprout Tower before tackling the gym. So let's get this first hurdle out of the way. Sadly, none of my Pokemon have a super effective bug move, so I mainly just have Scroopy biting the heck out of everything. I mean, honestly, all the trainers on here have Bellsprouts. The first real challenge that I do encounter here is the last trainer at the very top of the tower, the Elder's Hoot Hoot. To be honest, I was kind of afraid for nothing because all it did was put me to sleep, and, well, simply use the weaker Peck move. It does, however, do about 1/3 of Scroopy's health. However, Scroopy does take a serious power nap, and that forces me to switch out into Beedrill. And they get slapped with a frickin' crit, nearly killing Beedrill on its first battle. Because this Hoot Hoot is nearly dead, I assumed Beedrill outsped, so I went ahead and took the risk, and I finished it off with a Fury Attack. Now it's time for the first gym battle against Faulkner. My only real fear in this match is his Pidgeotto. It's going to be a bit annoying just with Gust alone being super effective against my entire team, but also using Roost to heal itself back up. So I am undoubtedly going to be swapping back and forth a bit here. And after a long drawn-out fight, I do eventually win, but I will admit, it was not easy. With one gym badge down, it is time to head south to Azalea Town. Chapter 2. Double Trouble of Two Titans. I slowly get through Route 32, avoiding what trainers the game allows me, and before I actually enter the Union Cave, I realize that I've got 0 berries, which will help me greatly in the many battles to come. And while entering Violet City, there was a juggler in front of the Pokemon Center that was offering trades of 1 shard for 3 berries. Since I couldn't really remember this when I originally played through the games, I discovered online that there is an easy farming method that you could do in Heart Gold and SoulSilver at the Ruins of Alph. You see, there's 3 rocks bunched together that you can smash that yield shards. And after doing so, you can easily walk out to reload the area to smash even more rocks. So I did this for roughly a half hour with the speed up, and I gathered quite a haul of berries. I do farm this spot a few times throughout the videos, so I'll just let you guys know when I do. So with my berry pouch full, I continued on through Union Cave, which didn't really give me too much trouble. Just before entering Azalea Town, we see our first encounter with Team Rocket. They invaded the town to acquire Slowpoke tails. Apparently I heard they're really tasty. But anyways, Team Rocket is preventing me from even challenging the gym, so I gotta go talk to the old man Kirk, who storms off to teach them a lesson. You know, playing through these games, especially the originals, I always found it kind of hilarious that when we follow him, he unfortunately slips and falls into the well, spraining his ankle. It's so weird. Why does this remind me of Link to the Past? Anyways, it's up to me to stop Team Rocket, and honestly, with Rock Smash and Bite on Skorupi, I'm able to handle all the grunts and even the Executive Proton. After defeating them, Kirk takes me back and tells me that he can make me Pokeballs from any apricorns that I've collected. To be honest, I'm not sure how often I'll actually be doing this. So with all that done, it is time to tackle both Bugsy and our rival. But first, the Bug Gym. So for the most part, I'm not overly worried about going into this. The most that I'll have to do is battle 3 trainers, 2 of which, of course, is a double battle. It's only really when I go up against Bugsy and his lead Scyther, which is going to be very annoying. You know, I'm actually kind of shocked that it doesn't actually have something like Wing Attack. Like, the biggest moves that it has is U-Turn and Quick Attack. On their own, they're not very powerful moves, despite it having the ability Technician. And that's pretty much what happens. Bugsy U-turns out whenever I've dealt enough damage to his Scyther, just to send out Metapod and Kakuna to die. Sure, it made me switch out a couple times, but in the end, Bugsy really wasn't much trouble like I originally thought it was going to be. Second badge acquired. Now it is time for an actual dangerous fight against our rival Dick. Before I do tackle him, I try and stock up on berries in the hopes to get more citrus berries. Not gonna lie, I was super scared going into this fight against our rival, simply going up against his Quilava alone. Like, I have got to have a lucky run going on right now, because I don't understand why this even happened. But my rival was only using Leer and Smokescreen over and over and over again. I don't understand it. That's even perfect. I'm expecting the Ember, but it's not doing it. Is the AI that dumb right now? Like, this thing knows it can attack me, right? Like, even looking back at it now, like, why did the AI refuse to use any attacking moves until, like, the very end? I mean, I probably know why. It probably ran out of PP. But just why? Why wasn't it using the super effective move against my entire team that is super weak to fire? I'm not sure, but honestly, I am thankful for this because I'm able to continue my run where I honestly was expecting to lose at least one of my Pokemon here. And with that, if you made it to this part of the video, be sure to drop in the comments, Lucky Bug. Chapter 3, Big Milky City. After getting through my rival fight, getting extremely lucky, it is time for some new encounters. First off, upon entering the Ilex Forest, I went ahead and got Paris. This one actually took a bit because it was a pretty low encounter chance. Bop. It took me like another 15 or so minutes after changing the clock. But there we go, this is Paris. After getting it, I did manage to catch both the Farfetches, so then that way I can use Cut to continue the journey. After doing that, I do talk to the guy within the forest that teaches you the move Headbutt, and I go ahead and teach it to Beedrill. This is honestly an essential move that's going to help me get the remaining Pokemon that I'll be using during this run. And since we have Headbutt now, I go ahead and return to Azalea Town to get Heracross. And this, honestly, is going to be one of the top Pokemon on my team. Like, this Beetle is ridiculously good. After getting through the Azalea Forest, I tried getting myself a Pineco, and, well, I'm just gonna skip the process of trying to get one because, yeah, I spent literally an hour trying to encounter one right outside on Route 34 just before entering Goldenrod City. I do eventually decide to leave and continue because, honestly, I was getting so bored. So I go ahead and press on through Goldenrod City, and I headed straight up north to Route 35 to try my luck at getting a unique Bug-type Pokemon that I can only get there. Sadly, this was also yet another rare encounter that I nearly lost my mind trying to get. Finally! Oh, I hope to God you have Speed Boost, because this is ridiculous. Yeah, it didn't have Speed Boost. Aww. But anyways, upon acquiring the Dragonfly, finally, I used Cut to get my way through to Route 36. That way, I could finally get myself a Pineco. Thankfully, this one only took a few tries to encounter this time. Finally! Okay, for the love of God, please don't self-destruct. Now, with all of my encounters obtained, it is finally time to confront the one thing that I've been fearing. The big tons of fun with Whitney and her milk tank. But there is a secret member on my team that is just itching to slap this gym around. So, in this gym, there is a couple trainers that I do have to fight before going up against Whitney, but honestly, with Heracross and its Brick Break move, essentially is just one-shotting everything. It is beautiful. The very same thing pretty much happens when I do go up against the gym leader. However, her Milk Tank is a bit tankier than I was expecting. It took 2 Brick Breaks to take out the cow Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know why. It's got its nips out. That's 3 badges down, 5 to go. Having my 3rd badge, we get the Squirtle bottle to scare off the Sudowoodo that's blocking Route 36, giving me access to Urkitik City and the part of the game where things get a little complicated in terms of how I progress. However, I do take on the bug catching contest, and this is where I obtain Scyther. With my level cap now at 25, I do level up my team a bit, and I get Parasect, which honestly at the time, I kind of forgot when it leveled up. So it was kind of a nice surprise. Oh, shoot! We have Parasect now. Oh, I was thinking it was like 28. And here it is time to tackle the Burning Tower because the gym leader Mordri is there. Upon entering, we do encounter a weird trainer called Yusin, who is mildly invested in trying to find Suicune. So, stepping around him, we do unfortunately fight our rival Dick again. You know, I was kind of hoping that I'd get lucky on this fight as well with his Quilava. The good thing for us though, my team is more prepared this time, and despite not being so lucky, I still managed to come out on top without losing anyone. After that, I scared off all the legendary beasts. Or cats? Dogs, maybe? Like, I know they're called beasts, but go ahead in the comments, I want to know what you guys think. Are they cats? Or do you think they're dogs? Like, I know I've called them dogs in the past, but it's really hard to argue both Raikou and Entei are anything beyond big cats. Yet, Suicune on the other hand, it's kind of a toss-up for either for me. So now it is time to face my fear of the ghost and fight Morty's gym. And it is in this gym that I actually have a strong possibility of losing a Pokemon, because quite frankly, that Gengar is actually dangerous. It is faster than all of my Pokemon with one of the highest special attacks in the game. Paired up with Shadow Ball, this thing can easily one-shot most of my teammates. And because one Haunter is set up to put your Pokemon to sleep and then drain your HP with Dream Eater to ruin your day, thankfully though, I did go ahead and grinded up more berries just to give myself plenty of Chesto berries. So the first couple of times Morty tries to put me to sleep, it doesn't work. And because of this, it allows me to take out the annoying Haunter. However, it doesn't really stop the Gengar. And I've got to admit, as the video plays here, I got extremely lucky after it uses Mean Look on Beedrill. Like, I honestly was expecting to lose Beedrill here, because one Shadow Ball could have easily knocked him out. Anyways, after taking care of the Gengar, I do swap out to keep my Pokemon alive, and I ended the match with Scyther using Pursuit. Overall, this gym match was probably my hardest by far, just in terms of how bad it could have gone if I wasn't properly prepared for it. 4th gym badge acquired. Chapter 5, The Raging Seas of Badges. Alright, now with 4 gym badges down, Generation 2 has a unique path in which you can handle the progression of the games. So I can head east to tackle Lake of Rage and put a stop to Team Rocket's radio broadcast, and also take on Price, the 7th gym leader. Or you can head west to take on both Chuck and Jasmine. With my level cap now raised all the way to 35 because of how the progression is, I got the HM for Surf by saving one of the Kimono girls from a dancing crazed Team Rocket grunt. I did remember that I needed something to actually use Surf, so I went back and got a Wooper, because it is literally the cutest Pokemon. After acquiring that, I went ahead and headed west to Olivine City first. I ran up the lighthouse to speak with Jasmine to get that quest started, so then that way I would get the Super Potion when I went to get Chuck's gym badge. And I go ahead and surf the raging seas. When I reach Canewood City, I get the one and only encounter that I'm allowed here by smashing some rocks to get Shuckle. And I'm gonna admit, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna be using this Pokemon, cause to me, it's kind of more of a joke. I also forgot that you encounter Suicune here, and you have to fight Yusin. Like, I think he's secretly jealous that Suicune likes me more, and he honestly wasn't that tough, because Heracross alone was all that I needed. And speaking of which, that's all I need to use against Chuck, because it knows the move Aerial Ace. Like seriously, this is the perfect move to use against all fighting type Pokemon. So because of that alone, you guys, I'm just gonna let you know now, Chuck was insanely easy. 5th gym badge acquired. And because we have that gym badge now, I also acquire the HM for Fly, but sadly I was not thinking ahead, and I didn't get a Pokemon that can use it. So I have to surf all the way back. No biggie really, and once I get back to Olivine, I head up the lighthouse once more, and I make Ampharos chug that secret potion, so that way Jazz can get her butt down to her gym, because I have got stuff to do. However, because I'm not actually facing against her just yet, I am going to be heading west to tackle Team Rocket. I stop at Mahogany Town, and along the way, heading north on Route 43, I do catch a Venonat. And now it is time to deal with the Lake of Rage, and I couldn't really remember if I could simply just run away from the fight, so I tried. Eee, that does so much damage. Can I just run away from it? And it worked. Funny enough, before I leave, such impressive skills made even the Elite Four member in Lance notice me, because he asked me to help him put a stop to whoever was causing the shiny Gyarados to go on a rampage. So we headed back south to Mahogany Town. Lance and I investigate the obvious antenna sticking out of the tree to discover that Team Rocket's secret base underground. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this entire base was insanely easy. Now, this whole base is honestly a reason why I don't quite enjoy playing through the Johto games, because this entire base event is ridiculously easy. Like, there is really no threat to be had here. All the Pokemon here are just low level. At least, nothing to really mention. I do get through it, and before leaving, I decide to get the 7th gym badge. Because, once again, Heracross is the GOAT! Nothing but Brick Break. Just absolutely demolishes Price's team here. And with that, 7th gym badge acquired, boys. So, with the majority of this done, I quickly head back to Olivine City after getting myself Hootooed, so that way I can fly. And I will admit, I was a little scared of her Steelix, just because of how tanky it is with that base 200 defense alone, because I wasn't really sure how much damage it was going to inflict with Iron Tail. And, well, I soloed her entire gym with Heracross once again. Like, seriously, you guys, I love this beetle. It is so good. Like, I knew it was good before, but this playthrough is insane. And, like, just imagine it. I don't even have the ability Guts. It could be a literal god. Either way, 6th gym badge acquired. Chapter 5, The Downfall. So, after leaving Jasmine's gym, Professor Elm tells us that Team Rocket is possibly messing around with the radio broadcast in Golderon City. This is where we have to put a stop to them once and for all. So, when I get there, I manage to get a uniform, and I try and sneak into the radio tower, only to be stopped by my rival Dick. And like, I swear, he is truly a dick, because he tries to strip me. After slapping Dick like the pervert that he is, I press on to handle Team Rocket, getting as far as I can until we face off against Proton again. And here is where my troubles start. Everything was going smoothly against him with Yenma. It wasn't until I got to one of his last Pokemon, a Coughing. I had already taken care of a few of them like before, so honestly, I wasn't expecting much from it. That is, until this happened. Okay, whoa. No! Oh, fuck! I even had Detect. I was just assuming that I was gonna be able to kill it before. This was quite a loss for me, because I had just evolved Yanma prior, and this was like one of their first real battles. And the sucky part about this is that I could have easily prevented this death by using Detect. After beating Proton, I headed to the underground tunnels to get the card key. Upon entering this section, I do face off against my rival Dick again, and I'll just say, I was not fully prepared for this fight, because I must have still had Yanma's death weighing on me. This wasn't pretty. Alright, here we go! Ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. Alright, so yep, he leads off with Golbat, level 32. Heracross at 37. I don't think I'll be able to one-shot it, though. I'm gonna be able to tank whatever it has, honestly. And what I'm thinking about doing is actually setting up spikes. A few layers of spikes if I can. Oh my god, that crit, dude. I'm gonna have to send out Skorupi and hope to god I don't get, like, one shot. Come on. Tank it. God, that hurts so much. Come on, Beedrill. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so much, bro. Alright, perfect. Alright, I hope it doesn't send out Haunter next, because if it's Haunter, the toxic spikes, I believe, gets absorbed and removed, essentially. Oh my god, that was a crit! Parasect, you're amazing! My Pokemon are so weak right now. I hope Heracross can take a hit. Oh no. Oh no. Survive, survive! That a boy! That a boy! Okay, I don't know if I outspeed it. Oh no. No. Yep. Alright, Scyther, please. Can you survive? I don't know. Oh no. Oh, damn it! Oh, mean look. Oh, now you do mean look. Oh my fucking god. This is it, right? Yeah, this is his last Pokemon. I can't really do much to it. Oh, the Sonic Boom, bro. Oh my god, I am stuck. Yeah, it's just gonna use frickin'... Oh my god, I am literally stuck right now. That's it. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna have these two Pokemon left. I completely screwed myself up. Is this actually gonna be it? Am I gonna be outsped by this Magnemite? You've got to be kidding me. I completely, utterly screwed myself now. I was doing so good. So good, and we lost everyone, basically. So, I lost literally half my team because I panicked. I am now left with only 4 Pokemon to not only finish Team Rocket here, but to go up against Claire, the Dragon Gym Leader. And worse, the Elite Four. My hopes of completing this run just dropped significantly. Luckily, I did manage to defeat Team Rocket for good, and with that, I had one last thing to try and do. Face off against Claire to acquire the 8th Gym Badge. And all I had on my team was Venomoth, Leylynn, Drapion, and Shuckle. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have much confidence in myself. But, I'll try my best. Only to lose Venomoth almost immediately. Bro, why? Why do I do this? That's what Psybe's doing to just a frickin' Dratini? Oh my god. That's pretty much it. Like, Drapion's my last one. Yeah, it's that bad. I'm not looking good from here on out. Yet, I continue to press on, trying to utilize the only hope that I have left, by leading with Leylynn, and using Silverwind to boost my stats, only to baton pass out onto Drapion, giving them the buffs so that way they can sweep through every trainer. And I don't want to hype this fight up too much, you guys, because, sad to say, my luck ran completely out. Like, I didn't get a single boost from Silverwind, and I lost the remaining of my team against Claire's Gyarados. Like, I didn't even get the chance to see the rest of her team, much less try and fight her Kingdra. Alright, it was a good run. It was a good run. Unfortunate, but hey, I got a lot further than I was expecting. Damn. Well, there you have it, you guys. Honestly, this was a lot of fun to do. I've never actually attempted a mono-type run before, and I did indeed get further than I was expecting. I just unfortunately did some bad plays, probably because I was thinking it was just the base game, super easy, all that. I wouldn't mind doing this again, but with a different typing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my mono bug type hardcore Nuzlocke run in Pokemon SoulSilver. If by chance you've made it to the end here, I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to smash that like button, comment down below your thoughts, and leave a suggestion on what kind of run you'd like to see me do next. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of challenge videos. With all that being said, I do hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Later!